nilqakom għal programm ieħor Nozz. Fil-programm tal-lum se nlaqgħukom ma' żewġ żgħażagħ Maltin, Richard Schultheis u Sol Vassallo, li f'Mejju li għadda rebħu midalja tad-deheb u oħra tal-bronz rispettivament fl-Island Games. Parti se nsegwu dak kollu li ġara fl-10 tappa tal-Volvo Ocean Race, hekk kif issa fadal biss l-aħħar tappa biex tingħalaq din it-tiġrija ta' fama internazzjonali. Richard Schultheis għandu biss 13-il sena. Ġie jgħix Malta mal-familja tiegħu meta kellu 6 snin u ta' 7 snin tgħallem ibaħħar mal-Malta Young Sailors Club. U beda jikkompeti internazzjonalment fl-età ta' 9 snin meta rebaħ l-ewwel regatta internazzjonali fl-Irlanda.
Another day, another stranger looking into the mirror. We set the stage, a masquerade, but we dance for no one. We are empty all the time, but I just want to collide with anyone, anyone,
Fl-età ta' 9 snin hu rrappreżenta lil Malta fil-kampjonati Ewropej fejn kien l-iżgħar kompetitur u spiċċa fit-48 post fil-flotta tad-deheb. Minn dak iż-żmien l-hawn huwa rrebaħ ħafna kompetizzjonijiet internazzjonali. Ġie fl-ewwel u t-tieni post fir-regatta internazzjonali Ewropea il-Euromed fl-2016 u l-2017. Is-sena li għaddiet Richard ikkompeta fil-World Championships u ġie l-5 fil-flotta tal-fidda. Sol għandu biss 14-il sena. Beda jbaħħar meta kellu biss 10 snin mal-Malta Young Sailors Club. Sena wara l-oħra u dejjem tejjeb il-prestazzjoni tiegħu fuq livell nazzjonali, sakemm tela mal-ewwel tnejn fuq livell nazzjonali. Fl-2016 ikkwalifika l-ewwel kampjonat Ewropew li sar f'Crotone l-Italja u spiċċa 48 fil-flotta tad-deheb. Minn dakinhar kompla jbaħħar mad-dinja kollha. Ġie aċċettat ukoll fil-Malta Youth Olympic Committee u riċentement rebaħ midalja tal-bronz fl-Island Games li saru f'Mejju li għadda. Fl-aħħar regatta internazzjonali li ssir f'Malta il-Euromed, Sol kiseb it-tieni post. Din se tkun l-ewwel parteċipazzjoni ta' Sol fil-kampjonati tad-dinja. Richard u Sol flimkien ma' żewġ żgħażagħ oħra, Nico Dreschne u Antonio Gasperini, se jkunu qed jirrappreżentaw lil Malta fil-World Championships li se jsiru f'Awwissu f'Ċipru. Xultajs u Dreschne talmu jbaħru f'Malta u għalkemm kun jomhom barrani huma residenti Malta u bekk ibaħru taħt il-bandiera Maltija fit-tim nazzjonali Malti. Kellimna ma' Sol u Richard dwar l-esperjenzi tagħhom.
I love sailing because it's not just a sport, it's a lifestyle. So I won't just be sailing for the last 3 years and maybe this year as well. I'll be sailing for the rest of my life. Not only that, it teaches me more skills than just how to sail. I learn how to work with others. I learn how to read the wind and also how the conditions can affect sport.
It's a sport, you are more active, you can do. It's also part of school, and it's you can learn a lot of things out of sailing, and it's a fun sport to do.
We train on average once a week to twice a week at the Malta Young Sailors Club in St. Paul's, but during summer we sail anywhere from twice a week to six times a week.
We go abroad quite a lot, and we also do some training camps in Malta Young Sailors Club, and we also do like regattas or training camps abroad so we can compete with other competitors.
We need to travel abroad because when we go to competitions like the World Championships and the European Championships, we sail against more than 20 sailors like we do in Malta. We sail against up to 80, sometimes even 100 sailors. So in order to compete in these big fleets, we need to have experience sailing abroad, because competing in a big fleet is completely different to sailing in a small one.
People from other countries, and there's different competitions, and the people are different and they sail differently, and so we get to know also the different locations of how the weather is there, and we also get to have more of like training with other people from different places.
When I'm abroad, I try to focus on sailing, but as soon as I come back I work to catch up and also to work ahead so that the next time I go abroad I'm not far behind on the syllabus. I'm up to date with all my friends.
Yeah, we try to keep up with the work. Of course, school is first, but sailing, we try to skip a bit, but then get back on task for the school, and
we get very little exposure so that the amount of competitors and participants in the sport is very low. So that limits us to these big regattas like the World Championships and European Championships, because we don't have as much experience sailing in big fleets. And the other one would be that we have a lack of funding. The little funding we get comes from the Maltese Olympic Committee, and the rest all comes from our parents.
It's also that in Malta it's a small island, and it's not so many people that sail Optimist, so we also try to expand it a little bit so that the Optimist sailing in Malta grows. I've done quite a few regattas that I did quite well, that are quite big, and that was European Championships 2014 in Ireland and Leary. It was my first international regatta when I was 9 years old, and I placed 48 in gold fleet.
My most memorable regatta that I've competed in so far would have to be the Euromed Championships of 2016, held in Malta, because a month before the regatta I got injured quite badly and we weren't sure whether I was going to race, and then when I did race I did very well and placed 5th overall, better than everyone expected me to do.
I also did I'm happy that for my achievement that I placed 2nd in the European Championship 2016 in Crotone.
For this year, we're both going to the World Championships together with 2 other boys, and we need funding to help us achieve this goal. And not only this, but after we move on off of the optimists and me onto lasers and him onto the 29ers or whichever boat he does, which are both Olympic sports, which we would both try to be there in the future. We're going to set up a crowdfunding page on ZAR, and we recently gotten a sponsor to help us with the World Championships this year called Jarhead Foundation.
We are a group of people going to the World Championships, which means it's a different place and it's a bit of traveling to go there, and we obviously need a bit of funding for that because it's quite expensive. Yeah, so we're going to train a few regattas and training camps before the World Championships, like the nationals, the German nationals in end of July, and we're also doing some training camps before that to train for the Worlds. And then after Worlds, we're probably going to stay an optimist till the end of the year, and then Saul might move on to a laser, and I might still stay an optimist because I still have a few more years. I also want to achieve other great achievements in other boats as well. Like after I finish optimist, I might probably sail 29er. And right now I sail Wasp as well with Optimist, and it's also nice to test other boats because it's a different feeling. And then I'll probably move on to 49er, which is an Olympic class boat, and I'll try aim for the Olympics.
In Malta we have the perfect conditions for sailing, and during the winter we get people coming down from many different countries to come sail with not only us but with the conditions that we have. People come down from Germany, Latvia, Slovenia, Italy, all these different countries to come sail against us and sail in the Maltese conditions. And we just need a bit more funding to help us with the clubhouse, and also to help us to go abroad and meet these people in competitions as well.
It-Tim Nazzjonali Malti qed ifittex kumpaniji bħala sponsors u għal dan il-għan organizzaw finanzjament kollettiv fuq il-pjattaforma Maltija www.zar.com.mt. L-isport tal-ibburdjar jirrikjedi ħafna investiment, speċjalment biex jintbagħtu dawn iż-żgħażagħ biex jikkompetu għal pajjiżna, u bekk ninkoraġġawkom tagħtu l-appoġġ permezz ta' donazzjoni fuq dan is-sit. L-10 tappa tal-Volvo Ocean Race spiċċat b'mod spettakolari, hekk kif ir-rebbieħ tal-11 tappa u l-aħħar tappa se jkun ir-rebbieħ overall. Din l-aħħar tappa se tibda fil-21 ta' Ġunju. Wara t-tmiem tal-10 tappa f'Gothenburg, it-300 ewlenin se jibdew l-aħħar tappa lejn The Hague fuq punti ugwali, u bekk it-titlu overall tal-Volvo Ocean Race jibqa' jinsab fuq il-linja. Wara 45,000 mil ta' tlilaq fl-oċeani, it-titlu finali se jiġi biss deċiż fl-aħħar 700 mil. Dan it-tmiem epiku sar realtà wara li l-Volvo Ocean Race marret lura r-Renju Unit għall-ewwel darba f'aktar minn 10 snin. Il-belt ta' Cardiff, Wales kienet fetħet il-bibien tagħha biex tirċievi l-flotta wara l-ispinta transatlantika tagħhom minn Newport, Rhode Island. Dongfeng Race Team wera prestazzjoni konsistenti fit-tlielaq sa issa u spiċċa fuq il-podju 7 darbiet f'9 tappi.
Yeah, it's the best position. I think everybody would like to be in a position. Of course, pressure is there. It's only 1 point, maybe 2 if we can manage to keep the elapsed time. The good thing with Brunel coming back in the party is maybe Mafre and us are going to stop to focus too much on each other and do our own game. And we have pressure, but we are the guy in a good position, and we are going to try to keep it.
Team Mafre mmexxija minn Xabi Alonso bdew l-10 tappa b'distak biss ta' punt wieħed fuq ir-rivali Dongfeng Race Team. It-tim ta' Xabi qed ifittxu li jiksbu l-ewwel rebħa għal Spanja fil-Volvo Ocean Race. Becking u Team Brunel kellhom bidu bil-mod għat-tellieqa, iżda tappa wara tappa huma żdiedu r-rankings u rebħu punti doppji kruċjali fis-7 u d-9 tappa. Din l-edizzjoni hija tmiem tentattiv ta' Becking biex jirbaħ il-Volvo Ocean Race u jinsab eċitat li forsi se jirnexxielu jwettaq ħolma ta' 30 sena.
I've been way closer in the past, so in that sense it's not much difference. But yeah, of course it's a good feeling. I think Mafra had 2 legs where they haven't actually done so well, even that they won the leg into Newport. Of course they had an excellent finish over there, but I think they will probably scratch their head a little bit. They're not as fast anymore as in the beginning of the race. I think at the beginning of the race, together with Dongfeng, they were the fastest of all. I think Dongfeng has been always fast. When they have a bad one, they really take it on the chin, and then they take it deep. At least it looks on the videos like that. So I think in that sense, they're putting the pressure way more on themselves, and they're probably thinking, why is this yellow boat going so well? They're there when they need to be there. So in that sense, it's comfortable, of course, for us to be in the position where we are.
Il-ħadd 10 ta' Ġunju f'Cardiff ingħaqdu numru kbir ta' nies biex isellmu lill-flotta tal-Volvo Ocean Race qabel it-tluq tagħhom għall-10 tappa. Din it-tappa kellha tul ta' 1300 mil nawtiku bil-wasla tagħhom f'Gothenburg l-Iżvezja. Fit-tluq il-kundizzjonijiet tat-temp ma kinux mill-aqwa u bekk it-timijiet għaddew minn momenti ta' stress qawwi. Scallywag ġew penalizzati wara li waslu viċin wis ta' Turn the Tide on Plastic fuq il-linja ta' tluq.
Hold it. Round the winch, brother.
Mafre u Team Brunel kellhom bidu tajjeb hekk kif kienu fuq quddiem fi triqithom il-barra mill-kanal ta' Bristol. Dongfeng Race Team uża l-kanal għal vantaġġ tagħhom u satejn wara l-bidu kienu qabżu l-flotta sħiħa.
It's a nice spot to be in. It's better than where we were after the start. We didn't have a very good start. A couple of hours after the start we had a good run, and I think we ended up in a bit more tide, so we sort of ended up passing the fleet, which was nice, and sort of all the way across the RSC we've stayed ahead of everyone, which is good.
Team Scallywag ma kellhomx istess fortuna, fil-fatt b'nuqqas ta' riħ u l-marea l-ħin kollu tinbidel kienu mġela jitfgħu l-ankra biex iżommu l-pożizzjoni tagħhom waqt li stennew li l-marea tinbidel.
Bleep, bleep. I think you would say we've had one. We're going backwards. We're building the anchor. And I believe the rest of the fleet are probably still going forwards at 10 knots, so it's not exactly how you want to start a leg off.
Biftit inqas minn 1000 mil sa tmiem it-tappa, id-dajjes ta' fuq quddiem laqtu l-linja ta' pressjoni għolja b'riħ ħafif ħafna. Mafre u Team Axon Nobel kienu fil-kontroll fuq in-naħa tat Tramuntana, waqt li Dongfeng Race Team Turn the Tide on Plastic, Vestas 11 Tower Racing u Team Brunel insabu fuq in-naħa ta' nofsinhar. Kollha jiġġieldu biex jaraw min se jikseb naqra riħ l-ewwel.
Not all bad. We have still the other 5 boats in sight. Sadly, Scallywag is zooming up behind us, but they're still behind us. We have this light as we cross this ridge for another few hours, and then this evening it's going to be a whole new world.
This is it.
No, this is it. This jive will be critical.
Mafre rnexxielhom jgħaddu għal fuq quddiem vantaġġ żgħir fuq l-overall leaders Dongfeng Race Team. Ir-riħ żdied u bekk il-baħħara kellhom l-aħħar mili pjuttost eċitanti. L-4-13 ta' Ġunju tul il-lejl u brieħ ta' qawwa ta' 35 knot, it-tim ta' Becking kien fit-tielet post, iżda sassijat bikrin tal-ħamis filgħodu Team Brunel kien għadda lit-Team Dongfeng. Tul il-ġurnata tal-ħamis il-leaders tat-tiġrija Team Mapfre malajr kellhom kumpanija, hekk kif sija wara sija Team Brunel għamlu avvanzi kbar sakemm għaddew l-iskwadra Spanjola.
Well, it's certainly a battle. Brunel's 1 mile in front of us, we just led maybe 0.8. Quite a bit faster than the whole fleet in the last 12 hours in the 2-sail reaching stuff. We're just giving everything we got right now to try and pass these guys. If we don't, then it's going to be a tie, and, between us and them. If we finish like this, then it's going to be a heck of a last leg. So, no, we're going to push on and try and win this one.
Fl-istadji finali, Team AkzoNobel sabuha diffiċli biex iżommu fit-tielet pożizzjoni, hekk kif Dongfeng Race Team bdew isegwu ras imbras, iżidu l-veloċità tagħhom biex jieħdu post fuq il-podium u jissirqu punt. Mapfre u Team Brunel baqgħu jissiltu t-triq kollha sal-aħħar bl-ebda tim iċċedi pulsier. Team Brunel ħadu rebħa impressjonanti b'Mapfre jidħlu fit-tieni post, distakk inqas minn 2 minuti. B'hekk iż-żewġ timijiet se jibdew l-aħħar tappa b'punti indaqs.
Yeah, it's been a very close race, I think, with all the boats. I think at one stage, nearly everybody has been leading. But yeah, has been a real good fight with Mapfre. I think the last 24 hours, and yeah, we managed to stay ahead of them, and that's all about the yard racing. You just have to beat the competition.
Yeah, it's very good leg, I guess, for us. We are very happy. It's just a little bit painful how we lost it because after the top of Scotland. We stretched a little bit, we were looking okay, and last night these guys came a bit quicker than us, so we tried to hold them as much as possible, but they managed to pass, and then they left 1 mile behind, and then that was it. So.
Ir-rivali Olandiżi ta' Becking, Team AkzoNobel, ħadu t-tielet post fil-waqt li Dongfeng Race Team spiċċa fir-raba'. Importanti niftakru wkoll li la darba jingħata l-bonus point għall-aħjar ħin, x'Audrelier se jkun livell ma' Team Mapfre u Team Brunel hekk kif jibdew il-11 tappa.
We sell well, but not enough to win a leg. So maybe we don't take enough risk. Also, I don't know. But we need to take on the next one because I think on the next one we have no choice. We have to be ahead of the both Brunel and Mapfre.
Tend Tidon Plastic daħlu fil-5 post, Vestas 11 Tower Racing fis-6 post u Scallywag fis-7 post. Il-waqfa f'Gothenburg hija waħda qasira iżda importanti għat-tellieqa. Il-belt ta' Gothenburg qed tospita t-tellieqa r-raba' darba. it-timijiet tal-Volvo Ocean Race qatt ma kienu daqshekk viċin f'punti u bekk it-tensjoni tiela bil-mod il-mod. Il-11 u l-aħħar tappa ta' din l-edizzjoni tal-Volvo Ocean Race se titlaq minn Gothenburg għal The Hague fil-21 ta' Ġunju.
If you want to beat us, you will have to fight.
We actually think we can win this thing.
3 of us are now fighting all the way to the end for this Volvo.